Hello everyone, this is Random Guy 1001 here for a review of Pixar's latest movie, Turning Red. So, I came into this movie with quite low expectations because I had seen a spoiler-free review before coming into it, and he said some things about the movie that really concerned me about it. But the blessing of low expectations is that you are more easily pleasantly surprised by what you get in the movie. And yeah, it wasn't too bad. I think the third act was a bit weird, and I saw two spoiler-free reviews. Both of them said that the third act got kind of weird, and I agree. Um, but I think the first two acts are solid. All right. I think in the first two acts they really show May's struggle really well. What she's going through, uh, with her mom, and also her other side, which is more weird, I guess, and fun and all over the place, right? And I guess this movie is about embracing that side of yourself, that more fun side rather than keeping it in, which I think is a decent message. I think they go a little bit too far with it in the third act, with May's weird moves, I guess I could say, in the third act, trying to distract her mom, which also was probably very freeing for her, and I think that was sort of the point of it narratively. But yeah, I think it was kind of weird, especially for kids. Like kids seeing that um, might not be the best. Uh, yeah, like I'm talking about younger kids. Maybe if you're like 10 and up, or maybe 9 and up, I guess it's fine. But if you're younger and quite impressionable, so maybe it's not the best thing to show to kids. And I think they probably shouldn't have added that in the movie, because Pixar is known for making good movies for the whole family. And that's, I'm not the only one to bring that up. But I think other than the third act doing some weird things and getting a little too like supernatural, like the first two acts, besides May turning into a panda, which isn't normal. Uh, Other than that, the first two acts were quite grounded, I guess you could say, realistic, and it showed May's struggle in quite a realistic way. Uh, and I think they did that really well. Uh, and what I would have liked, rather than what we got in the third act, which with this weird like supernatural natural ritual and this big battle with a bunch of different pandas. Uh, I think maybe if May just could have overcome some sort of struggle maybe she was having, to get rid of this panda rather than do this ritual, I think that would have been way better for the story itself and for the message they're trying to send. And it's more realistic, and more understandable, I think. So I think if they did something like that, that really would have elevated the movie, in my opinion, rather than what they did with the third act, which was okay. It got the message across. I did really like that scene where May was helping out her mother, um, showing that her mother is uh, having a lot of problems here, and there's a reason for what she does. And yeah, I think overall, just the dynamic between the two, May and her mother, is really well done. Like, May is, on one hand, annoyed with her for the way she acts, how, like, protective she is, and all that. But also, she does love her mom, and that really came out uh, in the third act. But she can't be controlled by her too much. So, yeah, overall, this movie is not bad. I think the third act got weird. They made some weird decisions with things. Um, but overall, I think they did. Uh, the movie was decent. I enjoyed it a reasonable amount. I think it's about mid tier for Pixar movies. Uh, and now one more thing. I'm gonna rank it on my list of Disney Plus original shows. So I think I'm gonna put Turning Red number 7 right under Hamilton. It is lower than the other two Pixar movies on this list. Just because I think those movies, they didn't have the weird choices that happened in this movie. And I think throughout the whole movie, they were quite consistent in their quality. But this movie, it really got kind of weird in the third act. So yeah, I think overall I'd give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. It was decent, reasonably enjoyable. So, yeah, that's it for this video, and thanks for watching.